Good morning, Lancers. Mackenzie Douglas here, your Southern Neighborhood Coordinator, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about grading and what looks different from maybe what you've seen in the past. So first of all, something that you all need to hear and understand is that something that is completely different than virtual learning from spring to now is that your grades count. It is no longer pass-fail. You are earning letter grades. So each assignment that you complete is contributing towards you earning an A, B, C, D, or F. So we are back to a letter grade scale. So some other big ideas that we want to make sure you take away today is that we all believe that grades measure what you know and can do. And we want to use Infinite Campus to make sure that we are accurately communicating to you and your family what you know and what you can do. We also recognize that sometimes we struggle and we can bounce back. Struggle and failure is part of our journey. It's part of our journey as humans, and it's part of our journey in learning. It just simply means that you don't understand it yet. So if you fail something, if you earn an F on an assignment or a test, we want you to know that you have the opportunity to continue learning and to demonstrate that you understand it. So some things that you might notice new when you look at your grade book for your classes is that in all of your classes, you're going to see two main categories. You're going to see formative assessments and you're going to see summative assessments. So if you look at the screen here, formative assessment is assessment for learning, and that's only worth 30% of your grade. Those are things like homework, quick writes, practice problems. Those are things that are on your journey to learning something new. Your summative assessments, things like end of unit tests, larger essays, those are assessments of learning. That's when you're at a point and you've had enough instruction where you should be able to demonstrate proficiency at something. So the assignments in those categories count towards 70% of your grade. And you're going to see this set up in almost every single class you have. The only places that this might look a little bit different is if you are in a world language class, like ASL or Spanish, or if you're in an earned honors class. And those teachers will talk to you more specifically about the differences and make sure you understand them. Another shift this year is that we are on semester grading, which means instead of seeing a quarter 1 grade, you're going to get progress grades. So you're going to still have a 4-week progress grade like we've had. What used to be quarter 1 is now going to be called a 9-week progress grade, and you'll have a 13-week progress grade. The first time something is going to go onto your transcript and count towards your GPA is at the end of semester 1. That has always been the case, and that'll continue to be the case. Semester 1 and semester 2 grades go on your transcript and count towards your GPA. Some other things that are really important for you to understand are the different letters that sometimes you see in place of scores in Infinite Campus. Some of these are not new, others are brand new this year, so it's really important to tune in here. First, we will continue to have M for things that are missing. So if you do not turn in an assignment, you can still turn it in. It's going to be marked an M. So if a teacher is telling you, turn it in, you can still get credit. Okay, that's marked as an M. That M is going to calculate as a 50%. The next letter or pair of letters that you might see in Infinite Campus is an IE. That stands for insufficient evidence. So that means you turned in an assignment, but perhaps you only got a 30% or a 3 out of 10 on it. Your teacher is encouraging you to redo that assignment so that you can earn more points towards your grade to support your overall letter grade for your transcript. Once an M or an IE is turned to an NO, that means you no longer have an opportunity to redo that assignment. So for example, if you are missing a couple worksheets that are leading you towards your Unit 1 test, and that unit ends and you take the Unit 1 summative test, your teacher may go back and turn those missing worksheets that are worth very little towards your grade from an M to an NO, saying You can no longer turn those in. Now it's time that we focus on the next unit and the next skills that we're learning. So an NO means you can no longer redo it. The T is something you've all seen before. T just means that it's turned in. Your teacher hasn't got around to grading it yet, but they want to make sure that you and your family know, yep, I've got it. I'm going to grade it soon and I'll get the score in. This doesn't impact your grade at all. It doesn't calculate as anything. It's just a really quick communication tool like, yeah, it's turned in, it's not missing, no worries. And then lastly is an X for an exempt. This is something that teachers rarely use, but let's say you're absent for like a lab and there's no way to make it up, or you've been absent for an extended period of time and they're working with you on different ways to show your learning. They may put an X in, exempting you from that specific assignment, and they'll be working with you to figure out different ways to demonstrate learning. A little bit more on missing and IE. Right? So if you don't do well on an assignment and a teacher gives you an IE, reminder, they are really encouraging you to figure out a way to make a plan with them to redo the assignment. You might come to student support hours. You might schedule a time in a Zoom with them to talk through it. But please, please, please know, IE means we want you to redo it to earn that higher score. Similarly, if you've got an M, it means you can still turn in the assignment. So again, be sure you're reaching out to your teachers if you need help, or if you're wondering like, how long do I have to do this assignment before it turns to an NO when I can no longer do it? So in summary, the big things we want you to take away is that virtual learning is no longer pass-fail. You earn a letter grade. We believe that grades measure what you know and can do. And if you struggle with something, remember you can bounce back. Struggling and failure is a part of your journey. It just means you don't get it yet. So take those opportunities to redo, to revise, and to continue your learning. That's all, Lancers.